So, what we are going to do today, and I'm very excited about this, is that me and my mother are going to compare our strengths in chess. If you do not know who my mother is, she is a grandmaster. She's the strongest player in my family, and my father is a grandmaster too. She still competes. In fact, she won a gold medal just a few months ago in the Olympiad. And so you may say, Anna, you're 2000 and your mother is a grandmaster. Of course your mother is much better at chess than you are. And you guys are correct. But we are going to show you the literal comparison and show you the ways that she's better and how she looks at chess in comparison to me. So what we're going to do is that I'm basically going to be putting up 5 different positions. I'm going to start by solving them. My mother, she's not going to be here when I do that because my mom's brain works like brrr. Like if she sees something, she will, Mom, you do.
No, it's not.
You do. If you see a position, you're going to go upstairs and you're going to think about the position and you're going to figure it out.
Yeah, no, this is true. Of course, if I see position, this is typical.
That's what I mean. We're going to go ahead and get started. Once again, this is Jacob Agard's Grandmaster Preparation Series. I think it's the tactical playbook, but the cover is called. Oh, it's called Calculation. Yeah, it's a great book to improve at chess, especially if you're a little bit higher rated. Awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and flip the board, everybody, and it's black to move. So we can see here that it's black to move, and the number one thing that I'm realizing is that there is a checkmate over here. If I could magically make my knight disappear, I'd be able to get, you know, a queen to checkmate on g2. So if I'd be able to do any sort of cool move, I'd be able to get this. But here the thing is that my queen is also under attack right now. This knight is threatening it. So if I go somewhere random like knight over here or whatever, then my opponent is just going to capture my queen. So I need to make sure that I do a move that one, well, yeah, saves my queen, but the 2 goes for the checkmate. So I'm looking at a lot of different stuff. First things that come to mind are if I could like move this knight and sacrifice the queen to be able to like, I don't know, like go for some check, but I don't see how this would be possible because the king can always escape. So this chapter, the one that we're at right now in the book, is called Candidate Moves. Now you may say, Anna, what are candidate moves? Candidate moves are a concept in chess, which basically goes that after every move you make, you should have 3 candidate moves. Or when you're thinking about what you're going to do, you should have 3 candidate moves. And then you should choose between them. Now, we human beings don't have time to have 3 candidate moves all the time. But, you know, in classical chess, when you have unlimited time, you should have, in difficult positions, 3 candidate moves and switch around. So I'm going to try to come up with 3 candidate moves as well. Right now, I don't see any, actually. I actually think this is a pretty hard position because I cannot go queen here and stay on this diagonal and my queen is hanging. So first things first, I'm going to look at moves like knight over here, knight over there, then my opponent will take my queen and then there'll be check. I think I see it. So guys, knight over here takes check, and now only move king here. Bishop check takes. Knight takes rook. What am I up? I'm up on exchange. The king moves. I take here. Knight takes bishop. King takes. Rook is hanging. The knight has to go somewhere. And then I take the rook. The question, though, is what is the difference between going knight here and knight there? Why is it this and not this? Or why is it this and not this? That is what I need to figure out. One difference that I see is that here I'm cutting off the queen. I mean, if this and bishop takes, there's a checkmate. If knight over here and takes, we're going to have the same thing. So the only way that you can stop the checkmate over here is by going f3. That is the only way I see that you can stop the checkmate. So if this and f3, is there any difference? I guess the difference is that if I go here, f4 works. Because now the queen is defending, whereas here, now f4 does not work, so the only move that works is f3, and after takes, and takes, black is just much better. I suppose that is the difference, that after this f4, the queen is defending on g2, whereas here the queen is not defending, so this would be the only way to stop this, which would make it a lot more forced. So, to have it set in stone on paper, yeah, my final answer is knight d2, and then knight f3 check, and then bishop g2, and then knight takes, whatever. Now it makes sense. Okay, everybody. We are going to call my mother. go, chat. My mom did hear me. Okay, perfect. So, Mom, I have what I think is the answer. This is the position. What is the first thing you're thinking about when you see this position, Mom?
Okay, the first thing I see is there is a mate on G2, so I just want to move away the knight. And then I'm thinking, where can I move away the knight to have some tactics? Because now my queen is under threat. So if I'm moving away my knight, you will take my queen. So I have an idea, but why don't I see? Why is one okay? Now I understand the difference. Okay, so because I wanted to see then that I move the knight, and I want to get the check on f3, and then there's two squares I can go to. I can play the knight to d2, I can play the knight to g5. And now I see if I go knight g5, there is an extra option for white. White can go f4, so queen g2 is just defended. But if I go knight d2, you can go f4, it will be mate on g2. So now I understand that there is a difference, that if I want to move away the knight, I should probably play knight d2, because if you go f3, I will grab it, you will grab it, we'll grab it, and what we will have here, we will have equal pawns, but I will probably have, I have my bishop pair.
And what happens if white takes our queen, Mom?
Yeah,
my
of course.
Queen is hanging.
Yeah, this is of course the first move the first move you have to see. I don't know. I go knight e2. If you take on c6, I go knight e3 check. You go king h1, and then I have this nice move bishop e2. You take. I take knight e1 check. You go king f1 probably. I play knight takes e2, and now you can take. If you take on d8, I will just. I can choose actually. I can absolutely just take on a1, but I'm going to even play rook take d8, because after rook d2, I have rook c2 check, king e2, and rook take b1. So I will stay with the piece up, and I can even take on e3 first. So I will stay with the piece up. So I think I can choose both of them. So after knight d2, this is what I absolutely want to play. Now I want to go back and see. You have to defend the mate on g2, and the only way to defend this is either to go knight takes c6, but I think this looks fine for me, or to go f3. And if you go f3, I want to see if I can do something else. Queen take f3 I didn't like, because you go queen take f3 because you no, it doesn't work. You go just knight take and you are king f2. So I will have to go knight take f3 check. You take and take. You will go knight c3. I can go rook d3 if I wanted to. So we will have a position where I have the bishop pair. It's equal pawns, but the bishop pair should be good. There are the only two ways to defend the mate for me. So knight d2, and you go f3.
It's crazy how much further she's seeing than me. So you're going for knight d2?
Yeah, I will go for knight d2.
Okay, Mom, I had the same move. I also said knight d2. But you know the funny thing is that I think that for some reason, like, you know, I saw all of this, like takes. I saw all of this, and my calculation ended there. And I said, okay, f3, whatever, we take it and we're better. Whereas, and I think that's so cool that you actually looked further. Like I just said f3, we capture it and we're happy, you know? And for me, my calculation over there, it ended. But you actually try to see further, and you actually try to figure out stuff after that. I didn't even come up with a line after f3. I just said takes, and okay, we're equal, but the king is unsafe. That was like my analysis. We're gonna see now if this is the right, move though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Knight d2 is the right move. Good job, Mom. I think it's time for us to go for the next one, Mom.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's time for me to leave also. I think so, yeah.
We don't want you to leave, Mom. I would love to let her stay, but I don't want her to see my next position, okay? So, everybody, it is white to move right now. Black is threatening a checkmate 1, and what is the first thing that I'm seeing? The first thing that I'm seeing is that we want to checkmate this king. We could get a draw going back and forth, but that's not really what we want to do, I think. I need to see if this is actually checkmate. So let's say that I would go something like queen c4 to try to go for this checkmate. Queen c4, queen takes pawn, knight, king, queen. No, this cannot be savable. This is not savable. The rook is coming in. I don't believe this is savable. I think black does checkmate the king. If we don't go for forcing stuff, Well, let's go ahead and relook at this. So let's say queen c4 to go for a checkmate. Queen takes. This is not obvious to me. I'm having a hard time figuring this out. So queen takes. Check. The king goes up. And then knight. Rook takes. And there's actually not any clear checkmate here. Oh, wow. This actually hurts my brain. This one hurts my brain. I'm not going to lie. This one is not easy whatsoever. I actually think this is a really good one for this. This one is not easy. What if we go knight takes knight? Knight takes knight, because we're doing the same idea of this move, which is that we're allowing the king to escape. So by taking here, if queen takes, we're going to be able to go king up, and we're creating a path for the king to escape. So knight takes is not possible. Okay, yeah, it doesn't work because this queen takes and rook. I'm pretty sure, and I'm just losing a rook. So actually, I think rook f7 check. I have an idea now, a new idea. And the idea is to open up for this diagonal and be able to ultimately go queen a1. So you guys are going to see what I mean. So I'm thinking about rook f7 check, trying to cut off the king, going for the checks again. The king goes to g7. And now what I'm trying to do is I'm wondering if I can now go for knight takes with the idea that if knight takes, we have checkmate, because the king cannot come back because now we've opened up the file. So if rook f7, king there, knight takes knight, the knight cannot capture back because I go back with this rook and the king cannot, and it's a checkmate because now this is open. This. If you take with the rook, it's a disaster. So the only critical thing here is queen takes. But my plan after queen takes was going king here. And then the idea is, if now rook takes, we can go takes with check. King moves to fork, and I'm capturing here with check. Now, this is not clear to me. This is not clear to me. I'm able to see instances of this, but the position is not crystal clear. You know what this is? This is like having really bad eyesight. I'm seeing this. I see that there's traces of this, but I don't see the full position, and I have a hard time figuring it out. And I think my mom is going to see this, but with glasses. She's going to actually see this position crystal clear. And for me, it's a little bit harder. And that's, one of the differences in strength that we have. So what is my final answer? My final answer is the only thing I've analyzed, which is rook f7, king here, and knight takes. This is my final answer. All right. I think, everybody, it's time to call reinforcements. Mom, you can come in. Mom, save me.
Save you?
This is hard.
It's hard? Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is the position. It's white to move.
Wait a moment. Let me glasses. Oh, I need my glasses.
Yeah. What is the first thing that comes to mind?
Double rooks on the 7 is fantastic, but there is also counter because black to move will make mate in one move. So queen take h2 is the big threat here. I have a piece down. White is piece down, but you have 2 pawns for it. If you look, yes, material-wise. So both kings are not so good. White can always make a perpetual. So what is your plan? I guess your plan is to take away one of my rooks, and when you have taken one of my rooks, maybe to go king g8. So this is a little bit the plan for you.
For who?
For black. Black, because this is typical. When your opponent is attacking, you want to change. You want to take away one of these 2 rooks. So you want to play maybe rook take h7. And you have to take back maybe king g8. And then there's threats against the rook. There's threats against d2. So there are things. Yeah, this one looks like, this looks a very difficult one.
Guys, I'm not giving any hints. But the book, whenever it's a draw, says equal. So, I'm giving my mom the same information as I have. And the information that I have is that white should win here.
Now I have an idea what I want.
So that is the information I have on this book. So I'm just giving her the same information.
Yeah, no, if white can, if white could win, the piece or something, we will have an endgame with 3 against 1.
Yeah.
So it would be very, very good. So and I see the threats against a2, so h2, that the black is, because otherwise I would apply, if the pawn was on h3, I would just play knight take e4, and then whatever you do, I go queen take f6, or I'd play knight take f6. It would be winning.
Yeah.
Because after rook take h7, we go queen take f6 and it's mate. So, but because of this attack against h2. My other idea is this. So let's see, what is my other idea is to play differently. Yeah, my plan is rook f7 check.
Okay, rook f7 check.
Yes, king g8.
Yeah.
This is my plan. And now I want to go rook take h5. This is my plan.
Rook takes h5.
This is my plan here now.
And what is the idea?
The idea is if you take which rook, you can take two. One idea is I take away the threats against h2. So this is one of the big ideas with it. So, and now you can take two rooks. You can take my rook on h5. You can take my rook on f7. You have to take one of these rooks. If it doesn't take a knight on d2, I will go yes, queen take f6, and it will be mate. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
So let's say you take the knight on h5. If you take the rook on h5, my plan is to go queen f5. Now I'm threatened mate, queen d6 check, and mate. This is my plan. But wait a moment, I want to see. You have this knight f6. Yeah, no, I think I go for this. This is actually because I need to take away the rook. So I will go. Yes, let's go rook f7 check.
So rook f7, king g8, and you want to capture.
I want to capture.
And now?
And now you can take on h5, or you can take on f7.
Let's say you take on f7.
After take on f7, I want to take on e4. So I make the most forcing move. You need to take back with the rook. There is nothing else you can do. And now I want to go queen f5. So now I'm threatening to give checks, and I'm because it's pinned.
Because now it's pinned. And if rook e6?
Then I give it check, and I will take on e6, and I will take on f6. I give it check, h7, and where are you going? You can only go king 8. I take with, it's winning. If you go king d8, I go queen d6 check, and queen f7 mate. So,
okay. So let's go for the line.
Rook f7 check. You have only one move.
So king g8. This is what my mom has come up with.
Yeah, and the problem is we really would like to go queen c4 check, but it doesn't work because the rook is in the way, and we don't have time. There's only this threat against black is threatening to play queen take h2, and our king will be, it will be mated. So we have to. So what I thought is I wanted to take away the rook on h5, and I thought this was the best way to take it away. So I wanted to take on h5 here. So now there's no threats to take on h2 any longer. You need to take one of my rooks, and both my rooks are hanging. And we were starting to look at when you take h5, and then my idea, f7 was, we were looking at this, and my idea was now to play knight take e4. So I choose again the most forcing move, because I take a piece. If you don't take back, I will grab on f6. I'm completely fine if you don't take back. I have 2 pawns more here. And then attack, I will just win everything. So you need to take it back with your rook. And now I want to go queen f5. So in this position now, my plan is simply rook h7 and to take f6. So it's a pin here. And what are you going to do to avoid a pin? So queen e5 is not possible. I will just take it. Absolutely. I just grab it. I was speaking of something else. Queen d6. Then I have this rook h7 check because it's pinned. And if you go king d8, I will go queen d6, and it's a mate on f7. And if you go king e8, this is what I wanted to show before. I have queen c8 check, queen d8, and I have rook h7, h check. And it's not, and I will just win everything. So it doesn't work. So this is what I'm looking at. Is this enough? Go back, but go back in this position. So go back, not put the queen on b8. And if you go rook e6 check, I will just go queen h7.
Rook e6?
I go, rook h7. And again, if you go king 8, I take an e6 check. If you go king g8, I go queen d6, and it's a mate on f7. So this is the plan. So let's go back. Here. So the question is here. Queen f5 is what I wanted to do. So it looks like you cannot move your rook. It's also there, you have some threats to go rook h7 check, and after rook h8 and pick up the queen. So let's say you move your king down. Let's say. But if you go king e7, I can actually go rook h6 check, and I will take up
h7.
And I will play queen ending, and the queen ending, of course, the most important are.
This is really pretty. The idea is that after this you have check, and then you take here.
And just to see it, because you have a b pawn, but I have to stop it. Really, it's not like a rook ending, but I will get lots of check. I just think this. should be winning. I think so.
'Cause we're 2 pawns up. Yeah.
We are 2 pawns up, but when queen ending, it's very important to have an advanced pawn. So it's really, that's really important. So if you go, so queen f5, king g5 is what our king g7 I want to look at. But after this, I can't believe you can play this. I just go rook e5 check here. I go rook e5, but maybe the rook e5 check. You have to go back with the king. And how is this now? Now I go queen g6 check probably, and you have to go. Maybe if you go king e7, maybe can you go king e7? How is this here? King e7. I will go rook f5, and I will so this will be. I will get the piece back. Queen e5.
Because
queen
this is hanging now.
Yeah, and if you go queen e5, I take on f6, and I will take on e4.
So if you go queen e5, you take the queen.
Yeah, we take the queen. So if you go like in queen, the queen f8 maybe. If you go queen f8, for example, then we take on f6.
Oh yeah, takes and takes. And if you go rook e6, you just go check.
Check, and we take it. Okay, so this was the idea if they take king take f7. Let's see if they take.
Knight takes on h5.
Yeah, and now my idea was I realized after queen f5, knight 4, f6 seems to defend everything. So these seem because the knights. You say that the knights are very good when you attack, but the knight is also very good to defend the king. And here black need to have both knights. And here I couldn't see anything more than maybe perpetual. You can take on f6, but we won't win it because black has this b pawn. Black has also rook, and the rook is very strong. Even we can always make checks, but I cannot see that we should win this with this b pawn. So we have to take on e4. This is what I wanted to do in this position. Go back, not queen f5. I want to take on e4 here. This is my plan now. So the idea is if take back, now I want to go queen f5. And now, because if you go knight g7, I will take, and I take on e4. This is my plan.
Knight
g7, for example, I just take on g7 and I take on e4. We've played this, yes.
And then it's the same thing, and you get the same position. This is actually insane. You guys were able to see that, I did not see a line like this. Now, I don't know what is correct or wrong for the puzzle, but my mom found a really creative line at least. Okay, chat, I'm going to check out the answer that the book is giving.
Yeah, let's see.
Are you ready, Mom?
No, I'm so, what could it be? But I just think that I haven't looked at so many different possibilities. I just got to this line very quickly.
Mom? The answer is rook g3.
Yeah, this is one move I was actually looking at a little bit. Rook e3.
Crazy.
See. So, yeah.
How does this work?
Yeah, because I forgot that, rook e3. I thought it was one of the candidate moves. And after rook take h7, you want to play knight take e4, and you will go knight take f6 afterwards.
But I was looking at this, but I thought rook f7.
After this, no, knight f6, knight take f7, f6.
Oh, and it doesn't matter that it's...
we have so many threats against, we have rook g8 check threats. So this is good.
So it's just...
rook e3. Yeah, so this was... No, I a little bit looked at it, but I stopped calculating very quickly.
So, okay. But chat, at least you get to see. I feel like this puzzle, there's different levels, okay? There is me, there's a grandmaster, and there's a super grandmaster. And, okay, when you say the idea of rook g3, maybe it's not so hard, but this is what I was saying. The first puzzle was much easier because you didn't have that many different alternatives. Here, there's a lot of different alternatives. So, I feel like the line that actually, wins this is very difficult, very, very hard. But you at least got to see the difference between how I would calculate this position and how my mother would calculate it. And you could say my mother calculated this 1,000,000 times better than me. So there's still a big difference that you get to see. Even if my mom's line wasn't the best one according to the engine, it was still much more creative and much better than what I said. So it was still amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so happy.
Mom is not happy that she doesn't get the right answer.
Yeah, no, I'm not so happy.